Well, hi everybody out there in Facebook land and YouTube and everywhere else that you might be watching us. How's it going? It's Friday again, and you got me and Nellie Mac to have some magical mayhem with.
Hmm.
So today we're talking potions. Something
Yep.
probably a lot of people wonder about or maybe think is a little bit, beyond them or far fetched. I don't
Right.
know, either one. but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a real deal, and mostly it's like for just to make you feel good, and a lot of it has a good health benefits for you.
Hmm. Yep.
So, have you tried any potion making or?
Oh, when I've made like tinctures, out of herbs,
Mm-hmm.
and we made a batch when I was growing up out of our own wheat whiskey, or wheat wine. We made the wheat wine,
Nice.
and then we did our own. And then I've made like crystal elixirs.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and
So
with crystal elixirs, the only thing that if you're taking them internally, you want to really be sure that you go through the list of crystals that can potentially be toxic when you add them to water and then drink it. So, with crystal waters, just be careful and be sure that you have a good, solid knowledge of which crystals are not good for ingestion.
yeah, or like I did, I just made them all with the indirect method, where you take the crystals and put them in a bowl, and then you take the
Okay.
water and put it in a bowl or a jar above it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I was always
Yeah.
worried that I was going to put the wrong thing in, right? And I didn't want to hurt anybody. So I just used the
Right.
indirect method all the
And
time.
you can do that. Yeah, you can make,
Yeah.
and you can even make like a little crystal grid, and put that like above the bowl,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yep.
below, like you said, either one. And
Yep.
yeah, I have to kind of switch the angle on my camera and a little bit because Sam's just kind of trucking around the house in a t-shirt. So I don't think you can see anything really, but still. That's funny. I just realized that. So, but at least I'm, noticing things. Uh, sometimes, sometimes people I think are oblivious to the stuff that's going on around them.
Right. Right.
I
Yep.
was for a while. I called it. I felt like I was in the Matrix, and I had awakened. Which really it is. It's. I mean, I think it's like a spiritual awakening to
Mm-hmm.
notice the things around you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I think
Yep.
a lot of times people don't notice some things that are just like right in front of them. They just don't
Mm-hmm.
see it. So I would make an eye-opening potion.
Yeah.
But well, and sometimes the eye-opening potion is called alcohol
Yeah.
because it's like you get somebody a little tipsy and they'll show you a lot of things about who they really you
Exactly.
know. So it'd be a
Yeah.
little bit of an eye opener.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why alcohols are great at small parties, right?
Yes, yes. And elixirs, tinctures are a lot of times, that's what they're made of, is the alcohol. And what you do is to make a tincture, you steep the herbs in the alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
something real good, high quality grain alcohol. You could use
Mm-hmm.
Everclear or you can use vodka. And then you just steep your herbs in that, and then you strain them off,
Yeah.
and then that's your tincture. I have one that a friend of mine made for me a year ago, and I have my bowl of herbs here. So here's some. This is German chamomile right
Oh
here.
yeah.
I have some German chamomile. It's little flowers.
Mm-hmm. I love the smell of that stuff.
I do too. And that was back in the day when I could actually smell it. I'm telling you, it's been a real pain in the butt not to be able to smell things. So, and I wanted to show you my belladonna is blooming, and that was what I was going to make.
Aw.
I was going to make a PowerPoint of it, but I think I might be able to join in on my phone and then show it to you that way. But I'm not sure. I'll try. But back to tinctures and stuff. Let's see. Here's the And you can also consider it a potion, make like massage oils. And I use this
Mm-hmm.
for like a base oil. It has added
Right.
vitamins and stuff, and it's just a massage oil. And then I can infuse it. It says vitamin infused. So then I would infuse it with smell, So it
Right.
an aromatherapy, relaxing kind of thing. And then, oh, here's some lovely lavender flower in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's, pretty purple color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
and this is good, like for a sachet or something, to put under someone's pillow,
Right.
for to have them have better dreams. If they're having
Right.
nightmares or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing to put in a sachet for under a pillow. This is some. This is some. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is mint.
Oh, okay.
But it could be basil. And when you
Yeah.
can't smell stuff, labels are real important. But
Yes.
you know, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I know this is cat mint. This is mint right here.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff that gets cats high.
Yeah, mint is good. Well, it drives my Bob crazy, but he's
Yeah.
crazy. He's not out here because I just have to open the jar, and he's usually
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cats do love it, and you can make little bags. I
Right.
sew a bell to it, and I'll take some kind of sturdy material and make
Yeah.
a bag out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff it with this, and the cats just go crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you can also make a tea from it. You
Mm-hmm.
can, it'll soothe your stomach and stuff like that.
Right.
Little bit of mint and ginger, and your stomach good to go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
See, and this is an original, like a cunning woman would make for people.
Exactly.
It was like a tincture or some kind of blend that they would then tell them to put in hot water,
Right.
and make their own tea at home.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's the kind of stuff. And then, of course, I always keep rose petals on hand.
Mm-hmm.
These can be used for like, a bath mixture for purification or relaxation. They can be used for lots of stuff, for candles, because you can make, I would consider potions like candles and lotions and soap and, tinctures, as well as like things that you're actually gonna, you know, do
Yeah.
something else with too.
Yeah. You're making me want to go get all my herbs out. I have them all packed still in a big tub. I
Oh
haven't
my
got them
gosh.
out since I moved. And now I got to go get little jars and I'm going to have to get them all
Yes.
out.
I know, isn't that great? And I collect little jars like this so I can put
Uh-huh.
things like my sage. I have some sage in here that I grew
Mm-hmm.
myself. So I put sage in this one. And sage is good for a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
protection. Like you could make a protection spray,
Oh, yeah.
which you'd use like some alcohol. And you could then, put the herbs in the alcohol and let them steep for 24 48 hours, whatever, and then strain those out, and even use like some essential oil, a little bit of essential oil in there too,
Mm-hmm.
and then use that with water as a spray
Right.
for just
Clean the air. Yeah.
protection, or for relaxation, or for a love spell. If you want to
Yeah.
do a little love spray for somebody,
Right.
I'd use some roses and things like that for that.
Yeah.
But then you can get these little bottles too and make your
Oh,
own
yeah.
mixtures. I do that a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I make my own mixture of different herbs for different purposes, whether it's protection or if it's to I don't know, bring in money,
Right.
luck, stuff like that. You can
Yeah.
make different mixes to do things like that too. So, and then of course, I keep cinnamon on hand.
Of course. Yeah.
Cinnamon's good for drawing money. So,
Yep.
if you're looking to draw money at the first of the month, go outside and then you blow the cinnamon into the house, right?
I don't
think
know.
when
I've never heard that one.
you're doing the cinnamon spell, I think you go to the door and you blow the cinnamon like out the door, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. I did it once.
You need to let me know.
It didn't really work. I think it maybe need to reinforce one. So then anyways, I keep a lot of essential oils on hand too. Peppermint and eucalyptus. I like to, if I'm feeling stuffy or something, I like to put a couple of drops of eucalyptus, like just in the bottom of the shower. And then as the hot water hits the shower, it sort of, makes the fumes come up then. And it sort of helps your congestion.
Yeah, my husband swears by eucalyptus oil for his for his congestion and his asthma. Oh my gosh, yeah,
I have asthma as well. So, but this is my little box, my little tiny box that I put a lot of my my oils and stuff in. I keep my things in it, and I have like things like turmeric. You can make a little tincture or something with a potion with turmeric in it. And that's good for digestion and stuff too. And but it also is good for your solar plexus, your chakra, your solar plexus chakra.
Yeah.
And it's too. Ginger does the same. So ginger is like works on your solar plexus, and your chakras, but it also aids in digestion.
Yeah.
So, and then there's bergamot. Bergamot's good for money. Yeah, I love it. And it's also just a nice. I think it's comforting. I love it. It's
I do too.
It's what they use in Earl Grey tea. So if you're drinking Earl Grey, that's that smell of bergamot that you get. So, but yeah, and then I have a lot of stuff. Oh, oregano oil. I swear by this. Oregano oil. If you put about 3 to 5 drops in about a shot glass of water. And then you drink it. And then what I'll do is I'll fill the shot glass a couple more times with water just to kind of rinse it and chase it. Because it is a bit spicy, It
is.
And so what you want to do, though, is take that for about 3 days. And if you have any kind of I cured my diverticulitis with it. I swear by that. Swear by it. I never went to a physician, never took an antibiotic, not for a day. I took this stuff for 5 days, and then I went off of it, Great. And within 10 days, I was completely fine myself again. If I get that feeling of that, kind of, belly kind of upset, whatever pain, I take this for about 3 days, and it's gone. Boom. And so, I swear by that stuff. And then I have stuff in here for like sage oil, and you can infuse things with that. And camphor. Camphor's a good one. Yeah. You can make a little salve with camphor and you can use petroleum jelly if you wanted, something like that. Just to, put it in. But or you could use, frankly, lard.
Yeah. Well, when I make salves, so those little like coffee warmers, and you plug it in and then you just keep your coffee cup on it.
Yeah.
Well, I found that's great for if you're wanting to make you take your herbs and put them in an oil. So we have jewelry growing all out back, and it's great for any kind of skin, like bug bites, poison ivy, all of that. We took the fresh plants, we put them in the grapeseed oil, and then you put it in the jar and you put it on that heater. And then you let it sit for 24 hours in that little bit of heat. Actually, just
that real low heat.
Yeah. And then, then we just mixed it with beeswax. And you had the perfect salve, right? Yeah, that's fun. I love making salves. I think they're fun.
Well, I think so too. And a lot of times it's just, that's all you need, just a little salve on it, or, those things can, they infuse through your skin, a lot of things, so that can go in your body and be beneficial to you. Really, potions are just utilizing what you find in nature around you to heal your body, because or just, somehow aid your body.
Yeah.
And that's what the big plan was meant for. Come
Right.
on. We don't
Yeah.
need pharmaceuticals to cure ourselves, because frankly, the powers that be gave us those things in our environment for us to use to heal ourselves. And it's
Yeah.
like Chinese medicine or whatever,
Yeah.
that and that's exactly what they do, is use things found in nature to, cure diseases. And
Yep.
and we got, so it's really just, pharmaceuticals are about the money, the pharmaceutical
Yeah.
company. We don't need that stuff, people. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not stuff we don't need. Like,
Right.
if you're diabetic, you need insulin. Come on, that has to be
Right.
made somewhere. And but a lot of these drugs that they're formulating are just a takeoff of what nature already gave us.
Yeah.
And
Oh
we
yeah.
really don't need to, nature made it perfect. We don't need to embellish, So,
Right. And if they were taking better care of us in the beginning, we
mhm,
wouldn't be needing those things. Like, like boxes of cereal. You buy them in the UK and they don't have the pesticides and they
mhm.
don't have all that other stuff, but they'll market it to us in America because Americans will buy anything.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
And so
That's
the
true.
problem is if the food chain was cleaner and we were, able to eat healthier, like if you
Mhm.
went to McDonald's and there were healthy options that were affordable, then but you know what I'm saying? Like it's like an
Mhm. Yes, I
epidemic. Like
do.
the food
And
is
it's like they're setting us up for failure.
exactly because they make
And
more money.
the things that people feed their children just amaze me. Like, kids nowadays, honestly, live on stuff I consider junk food. Chicken nuggets, hot dogs, hamburgers, just pizza, all that stuff. It's junk food, folks. It's not
Mm,
real. It's not real
right.
food. It has very little food value in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the kind of stuff that's going to make you fat, stupid, and frankly of no use to anyone. Because your body isn't being fueled properly. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, really, food and things like herbs are fuel. We have to view things differently if we want to, change the way Americans are living. It's really
Mm-hmm.
about it's really about fueling our bodies with the things that are going to aid us in growth and development and the ability to function as a human.
Right. Yep. It's
I
kind of
have
just like a vicious circle.
I have coffee that makes me have the ability to function as a human.
Yeah. Yeah. I have like my kids, if I get fresh greens and I cook them up, my kids fight over them.
I know, right? Because
You know,
they know that that's good stuff.
and because that's what I started in the beginning was I'm like I want them to try everything so that they get used to it,
Oh,
right?
sweet, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I was like that with my kid. It's like, you're going to have to try it. Take one spoonful. If you
Right.
decide it's so hateful that you'll never eat it again, that's
Right.
fine. But at least you tried it.
Right.
And I cooked real food. I cooked
Right.
asparagus. And I mean, I cooked food that was real because I knew from my training as a chiropractor and as a doctor that this is the stuff that is going to, make her have the ability to do well in school and to be
Right.
able to concentrate and to be able to function as a human and, run and play and develop and just do all the
Yep.
things that are necessary.
Right.
So, yeah. And I don't rely heavily on any kind of medications because frankly, it's all in your head.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And it's
remember.
your, putting your mind in the right place and your body as well, because you've given it the tools it needs to function.
Right. I remember that, like the only medicine that I ever did like start to go on
Mhm.
was stuff for thyroid, whatever
Oh
it's
yeah,
called. And because the doctor's like, well,
like
you're having problems.
thyroxine or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
And I took one pill and I told my husband, I'm like, I can't do this because I
yeah,
know they say once you're on it, you never get off. So I went and found a supplement, just a natural supplement of herbs
yeah.
and stuff. I was looking for a quick fix, right? I'm like, if this will fix it and I can blah, blah, blah. And I just couldn't. My body's like, no. And, I took those pills.
There's no quick fixes.
No. So I took the vitamins and the pills. And the next time, like 3 months later, I went to get my labs checked. My thyroid was normal.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And you can turn around a lot of stuff on your own without ever seeing a physician by tightening up your diet. That's a lot of it. I think people are not eating the right kind of food to support bodily function. So if you're having, if you're diabetic, if you're having thyroid issues, if you're having a lot of issues, go to a dietitian or a nutritionalist or someone who knows about these things and get them to help you, or even like a homeopath, or a chiropractor. A lot of chiropractors are into nutrition, as they should be, and they know these things. And if you analyze your diet, I think a lot of people will quickly find where they are lacking in nutrition and get it pinned down. And just, that's all you have to do. Sometimes you have to supplement, with a mineral or an herb or something that, you need, but really you can stay away from pharmaceuticals a lot. So, hey, Anna's with us and says hi.
Hey.
I'm going to be on Anna's radio podcast later on this evening at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're just going to yap on about anything we want. No, we'll have a good time. And we'll probably try and share some magical, things. And maybe we'll talk more about potions. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I that's interesting that you guys brewed your own alcohol. How'd you do it?
Well, it was a family recipe, and we had the big family crock. And so you start with just like your wheat berries, and then water goes in, yeast, oranges and lemons.
I'm going to write this down.
Well, I mean, like you can find a recipe online, but then you just and it's sugar. So you
got to have some food for the yeast, right?
Yeah. And so all of that feeds it. And then we'd make a couple different ones. We would make the wheat wine, or we would make balsam whiskey. So do you know what balsam pears are? They're also called some kind of apples, but they're long and they're all bubbly.
Okay, no, I haven't seen.
You can find them in like the Asian stores, but we made whiskey cough syrup out of those.
Oh,
so you would just take whiskey and you'd put the balsam apples and red hots and apples and oranges. So, I mean, these were all recipes from my great grandma who she had gotten like from her family before. And then you just like stick it on your crock and you put like cheesecloth over it to keep the bugs out because the bugs are obviously going to like it the stronger it gets. And then, I think we had to leave it for a couple weeks. And you strain it and you bottle it.
You gotta let the yeast digest all of because what happens is the yeast digests the sugar and turns it into alcohol. Right. So alcohol is yeast pee.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's yeast pee. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we still have a bottle in the family from 1970 that Grandma made wheat wine. Great grandma.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to taste it.
You think you'll ever open it?
I don't know. My mom has it, and she's a teetotaler, so I don't even know why she has it. But we would have drank it by now.
Family memory, and you got to be careful about these things. If you don't treat the bottle correctly and stuff, it can turn to vinegar eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that might have.
It could be just a bottle of vinegar.
Yeah.
Because that's what balsamic vinegar is aged,
Yeah.
So what'd you say? You water, yeast, sugar.
Yeast, sugar, and then wheat berries.
Fruit. Okay.
Yeah, apples, wheat berries, apples, and oranges.
Apples and oranges. Okay. I may have to try making some of that, or something like that. My mother-in-law made cherry bounce, and it was just based basically alcohol and cherries and sugar.
Oh gosh,
She
that
made it
sounds
with
so
like
good.
it was good. Yeah, she store it under the sink, you know. She put like
Right.
Everclear in it, and then she put the cherries in, you know, and some sugar, I think, and then she'd stick it under the sink for a while, and then you
Right.
know, come you know, New Year's or whatever, you break it out and drink some of that cherry bounce and eat the cherries.
Right. Yeah. I wanted to do something like that for Christmas. I just totally forgot because I thought it would just be really yummy to take some whiskey, and just put some like red cherries in it.
Yeah.
I never got around to it, but I did get my fruitcake made the day after Samhain.
Oh, you did. Oh, is that when you make the
I did.
fruitcake then? And you just kind of
Yeah,
you let it
well,
ruminate
yeah,
until.
yeah. Well, then you pour like 2 tablespoons of whiskey or brandy over it every 2 weeks until
Mhm.
Christmas.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I've never made one before, so I was excited.
Sweet. You know, fruitcake's not too bad. You know, you always hear the jokes about the fruitcake, you know.
Right.
But I think it's just the canned fruitcake. If you make it from scratch,
Yeah.
it's pretty good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Want
So
to know anything for sore throat?
so I think
I'd say
marshmallow is
honey.
good. Yeah.
Oh, marshmallow, yeah.
Oh.
I used to do honey and lemon, you know, in hot
Mm-hmm.
water with a bit of whiskey. So you take a little
Yeah.
tot of whiskey, some lemon, and then some honey to taste, and then you would, you know, put hot water in that and have
Yeah.
a little thing for sore
So
throat. Or
you're basically making hot toddies.
yes,
Yes. Yummy.
yes.
Yeah, I love
For
those
sore
for sore throat.
throat, cold flu, body ache, whatever,
Yeah.
headache, insomnia,
Yeah. Like we just make
whatever.
them sometimes just because it's cold out.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
know sometimes don't they use horehound
Yeah.
for sore throat drops? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy that horehound
What you
candy,
have
like
to
that
do to
old
make
fashioned.
yes, like the old fashioned stuff. Yeah, because like I'm thinking like old fashioned Vicks 44. Oh god, tastes just like Jägermeister. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But it's
Yeah.
funny. But if you wanted to make like a cough drop, you'd have to like heat your sugar, you know, to a certain,
Right.
you know, point. And then, you know, I would probably put the herbs and stuff in that, you know, as I was heating it. And
Yeah.
then I would, before I put it in the mold to make the candy, I would strain it, you know, on the way
Right.
into the mold to get like the big pieces of the
Right.
herbs out, you know, maybe put a
Yeah.
little lemon in that to soothe your throat or, you know, like maybe horehound if you can find it. I haven't seen
Right.
anything like that in a coon's age, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you have to go to the old fashioned candy section to even find it.
Yeah. Like I think I always see those at Cracker Barrel whenever we go. Like they're in
Oh
their old
yeah.
fashioned shop. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, I
Yeah. So
used to
I
love those.
yeah. So I had my husband bought some primroses for me. And they were three
Oh,
different
cool.
colors and they were all blooming, but then they died. And so I pulled them all off and I have them in here. I was looking like for the magical qualities of what to use them for and found out that the main quality to use these for is connecting with the fairies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, I've got to
Perfect.
decide. Yeah. I don't know how I want to use them yet to connect with, but
I
it'll be
also brought
fascinating.
this is a Ray Dunn bowl. I suppose I think it's supposed to be real special, but and I couldn't figure out why it was special until I did this.
Mm,
Isn't that great? That is
yeah.
the best. Like if you're baking in the kitchen and you're making some cookies or something in this bowl, and you just like tap the. That's so awesome.
Yep.
And then I just dropped some. Oh, I dropped my pen. Anyways, it's got a witch's brew recipe on the side of it,
Oh,
and I have a little matching pitcher and mugs and the whole kind of set
uh-huh.
thing. So, but I thought I'd bring down my potions bowl
Yeah.
to show you.
And another good potion is to right first in spring to gather the dandelion tops and the violets and make tea or make wine out of them.
Yes, dandelion wine or violet wine.
Yeah, we
the
mixed
violet
it,
flower, and you can make violet flower jelly too. So
I know. Yeah,
I've been wanting to make that for a long time.
yeah,
But you got to
yeah,
collect a boatload of
yeah,
violets for that. No lie.
yeah, yeah. It takes a while. Like the kids and I spent like I don't know an hour just out where there's this huge amount of them, and we made a pretty big.
Yeah.
I think we made a gallon or two of wine out of it.
Oh wow. Well, that was not bad. Not bad
Well,
at
not
all.
because we mixed it with the dandelion, right? Because they're both
Uh-huh.
just really good for doing that cleanse in the spring, right?
Right.
After the winter and all that.
Yep. And then too, I was looking online, and there is people make just little like jars that have some things in them, which I'm going to share with you guys. And you can call it a potion, but it's like a magic potion, but it's more like a pretend magic potion. It's just something that it's mesmerizing to look at. So I'm going to try and make it along, with the podcast here. I've collected the items. The one thing that you needed was, it said mica, but what I have is actually some pearlized paint that has mica in it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try using some of that. And I have purple paint. So we're going to see what we can get out of this. And then paint. And of course, what craft would be complete without glitter?
Right.
So yeah, it's got glitter in it, of course. And let's see. So I think that's really the gist of it, and water. So I'm going to see about dissolving some of this in the water, and see if it'll do the thing. They use it's like sort of like a snow globe,
Oh,
You
okay.
yeah, you put the stuff in it. You can use glycerin too, which glycerin won't freeze ever. So that would
Right.
give it the like if it got cold or something, it wouldn't freeze and bust open
Right.
the thing. So, and then that's kind of why I made these. It's like a little I call them glitter globes, but it's got glitter in it. This one turns because I put it on a bearing, as you
Uh-huh.
can see. But it's fun. The little things that you give the kid in the car, and they have to shake it
Right.
and find all the things on the list.
Right.
That's kind of like this. And it's got in it all kinds of little doodads and trinkets and stuff. And there's like
Yeah.
a turtle. There's a shell. I don't know what all. But in one of them that I made, I actually put a tiny little light bulb inside the light bulb.
Right.
It was fun. But those were fun to make. And of course, anytime I think about glitter. I don't know, this purple's kind of dark, but maybe um, it might work. We'll see.
I see Kelly said hi, how are you both? How was your Halloween?
Oh,
Bill, hey
Halloween was
Kelly.
awesome.
Yep.
It was great,
Yep.
and had a great time, and didn't really do a whole bunch, but it was fun. And what did you? I saw pictures of yours, Nellie. It looked fun.
Yeah, we all had a good time. By the time you're done walking around and you're just like all dead. You look like zombies walking back to your car.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The Halloween thing, yeah, it was fun, and we didn't do much. And of course, we didn't have any trick or treaters. I don't know what I did with that other glitter. So what I'm going to do is just whoa. Oh, that was that. Okay. I'm just going to use blue glitter. It wasn't exactly the glitter I wanted to put in, but it's okay. Oh, wait. It might be in my pocket. Hang on. Oh, boy, it is. All right. So then I have I have a plethora of stones, and I'll put them back in. And I have this silver glitter. So
That's going to be
the
pretty.
purple color. Yeah, I thought that would be good because it's light colored glitter with a darker color of thing. And then you just put all that in there. And then, of course, I'm not going to stir it because I don't want glitter all over the spoon. And I got a good lid, so I'm going to shake it. And then what you can do, I don't have quite enough light. Sam, could you turn on that light over there? I don't know. Can you? Well, I know you can see it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And it's sort of like a snow globe, and it's mesmerizing, and you can, watch it for a little bit. And then you can put on there that it is like polyjuice potion or something.
Right.
And you can like take decoupage and put make a label that looks kind of, witchy, and decoupage it on there with just Elmer's glue. You can take Elmer's glue and paint it over the label. And then you can take some colored wax, if you have a candle or whatever, and drip that on the top. So it's like sealed,
Right.
And then, you got your little potion right here. So
cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
One craft with your kids on a rainy day.
Right.
And there's about 30 variations on it that you can look up on YouTube. So
wow.
Yeah, and it's fun. And so that's I thought I'd make that for just a little something
yeah,
extra, because not everyone will want to make, they might not want to actually make a potion, but that's it's just fun. And there's some really neat ones out there. And I think if you use like the glycerin, or if you use maybe actual mica powder, you might get more of the swirl effect.
Right.
Yeah, because there's some of them that are really swirly, and it's really neat.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, did you have any cards for us today?
How about
what do we got here?
The Greek mythology reading cards.
Ooh, all right. So if anyone, I'll take a reading first if you want. And then if anyone else would like a reading, just chime in on the chat and we'll be happy to, get the queue lined up for everyone. So, because I am trying to channel lots and lots of money right now. Big money, like, thousands of dollars.
So have you played the Powerball? It's at 1.5 billion.
I did. I have a ticket.
We have a ticket too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have.
Best of luck.
The two, actually, you increase your odds the most by going from one play to two. You actually increase your odds by 50%. After that, it kind of goes down. So it's like, to do more than two would be like, meh,
Yeah. Yeah. My son was like, my husband was like, well, should we buy like 100 of them? And I'm like, no, I think that if we're supposed to win, I think one would be enough.
I think so too. Honestly, I think if it's meant to be for you to have that, and the universe, thinks that it's your time and you're ready and you're, I think then you could win on one play. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm feeling good about the Powerball number that I got because it's 8, and 8 is a number for abundance,
Right. Right.
Yeah. So when I saw that was an 8, I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the one. This is the one that's going to get me where I need to be.
Yep.
See, and I don't even have to win like the whole entire Powerball.
Right.
I just had to win like a portion of it, like enough to cover my stuff, a few $100,000 would probably be okay,
Right. Yeah. But we'll take anything at this point, right?
Yeah. Anything that would catch me up to where I'm like, good, I'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Eos.
Okay.
And it's the Dawn card. Actually, I don't think I've ever pulled this card. So it's really interesting. It says, like other cultures around them, the Greeks believed that the sun's light had many different forms and uses. The light rays that could be seen before the sun disk rose in the morning were of a special character and had their own goddess called Eos, We are told that Eos had rosy fingers and left her lover to rise on wings in a golden chariot, bringing mortals and gods a message of light before Helios the sun. She was beautiful and alluring, just as the dawn's light is, and was known for her loving, beguiling nature. The dawn has a special time which breaks up the dark and brings new perspective and hope to replace the gloomy nighttime monsters and fears. Eos is a positive, inspiring, and reviving goddess who dispels doubts and uncertainties. This card suggests you should lift your eyes to the horizon and reach for the spiritual warmth of affectionate Eos. You may then feel her light and bathe in the love that she brings.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I need to get out in the sun, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I've never really heard of her before, so I've never even thought of working with her before.
I haven't either, but maybe I should.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. Is anybody... Okay, Anthony. Yeah, Anthony would like to know from card on his court problem.
Okay.
A legal issue.
Okay, so we'll just ask what, you never know what a deck can say about that kind of stuff, but we'll do our best.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe I should try, drawing a card, just like drawing a card.
Do you, I have my tarot deck here. If I pull a card, can you tell them what it means?
Kind of. Oh, it is Minnie Bob. That's funny.
Is that what he looked?
So I got my Rider-Waite deck here. I just don't know how to read them.
Let's see. I have my handy book.
Okay, so what does Anthony need to know about his card?
So yeah, because there are, all the cards are associated. Most of the cards are associated with a yes or no. So we'll just kind of think to ourselves, will he come out victorious with his court problem? So will he be victorious in his court issue or come out the winner of his court issue? So then we can answer that with yes or no.
Okay, we got the Emperor reversed.
The Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor reversed would say to us a disconnection from personal power or an inability to take action. So assertiveness, masculine energy, let it flow through you so you can stand up for yourself and take control of a situation. It indicates the presence of toxic masculine energy, the abuse of power, defensiveness, or immature reaction that stems from fear and anger. And the overall, I'm not sure. Let me look at this one here. I have another reference here.
It kind of sounds like they're asking him to stand up for himself.
Yes, right? I think so too.
Definitely.
But I hope it's not referring to the judge being an abuser of power.
Oh yeah, let's hope not.
Yeah, let's hope that's not it. So let's see. The Emperor. Let me do this. Yep.
So my book says here that the Emperor's energy is blocked or off balance when it's reversed. Are you trying too hard to assert your will over others or to force something to completion? Is someone trying to dominate you or push their will on you? Or are you neglecting to make decisions out of low self-esteem or holding on to a feeling of powerlessness? Any of these things are destructive to yourself and others. Work on rebalancing your efforts to turn the energy of the Emperor upright again.
Well, and maybe he's feeling powerless because he has to go to court and he feels like he doesn't have any say in what, will go on there, but he
Right.
shouldn't go in feeling powerless. He should go in feeling empowered that here's your chance to do, what you need to do, and to have your opportunity to maybe have your say in court.
Yeah, and stand up for yourself. Like,
And
don't
it
let.
says with that, the answer is yes. So I think he will come out victorious. Just go in with confidence in knowing that that might is on the side of right, and
Yep.
that and don't go in with maybe that's what it is. Don't go in with anger or misplaced feelings of masculinity in this. Go in just being courteous and humble, and willing to work with people and not get angry if something's said that you don't like. Don't be quick to anger, and just go in with a real confident attitude that says to everyone, I know I'm going to win this. It's going to be okay.
Right. Right. Now there is a goddess that you can work with for like justice like that.
Yes.
She's kind of, well, like Lady Portia. She is actually the twin flame of Archangel Zadkiel, and she will help you to bring justice to legal situations. So if you look her up, I can show you a picture of her here. So, but that's who I usually tell people to go to for things like that. Lady, it's Portia. And because she works,
Portia or Portia, yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
she works
Portia,
with here. She works with the violet flame and helps bring in karmic justice and things like that.
Good.
So
That's
you
good.
can just ask her help, things like
Maybe,
that.
maybe just ask her when before you enter in the door, Lady Portia, be with me. I feel your presence. I'm going in here with confidence that I'm going to come out on top of this, and that everything will be just fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of things are positive. It's about positive energy, that feeling of, I got this,
Yeah.
Because if you go in there and you have any kind of insecurity, or you're not, confident, I think it makes a difference, and people notice, because you give off that energy. When you're desperate, it's almost like you can just see it on somebody's face that they're desperately wanting something, and I think that desperation is kind of a turnoff. It kind of is a disconnect with people, rather than the radiant positivity that everything's going to be good.
Yeah, and you're giving your power away. So don't do that.
Yes.
And that's what I like to do, is like even literally call back your power before you go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm calling
Anything
back all
that
my
makes
power.
you feel diminished is stealing your power away from you.
Yeah.
And you can't let it do that. Yeah, you're right. Call upon it to come back.
We give pretty good information here. You know that? We're just sitting here going blah 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 blah. Like, we got our shit together, it sounds like.
It kind of sounds that way. Sometimes I wonder, it's like, oh my God, because I know I put things together a lot of times at the last minute. I'll admit, I'm sort of spontaneous. I kind of pull things together at the last minute, but it usually works for me.
Yep.
And we're those cunning women, those wise women that you read about, in basic back at the dawn of time in caveman history. There was a wise woman who healed the sick, and who helped deliver babies, and who maybe would travel. Yes, doubt hurts the most. Don't doubt that you're going to come out on top of this, Anthony. And I think go in there with that attitude, like, I got this. Yeah. But the wise woman of the tribe, they all looked up to her, and she was someone that had, the best interest of her people at heart, you know? And I think that's us. We're the modern day wise
Yeah.
women, you know.
Yep.
And we don't give ourselves credit for that. There's a lot of women, especially women our age in middle age. Well, you're not quite there yet, but I consider myself middle aged, and I definitely find that there's a lot of women my age that don't have the self confidence to realize that they are actually very wise and very,
Yeah.
wonderful, sexy, great women, and that just don't give themselves that credit.
Yep.
And that diminishes your power when you don't
Does.
realize how truly great you really are,
Mm-hmm.
and how wise. So
Yep.
I think celebrate yourselves, ladies.
Absolutely.
Make yourself a tincture and have a little celebration.
Right. I think a hot toddy sounds great for tonight.
Doesn't it? Oh my gosh, yeah.
What's
And I have peach whiskey. So
that's
I'm going to
good.
try that with a toddy. Yeah. A little
So
peach. I wish I had a drop of that violet stuff, to put in there too.
yeah, we've got. I think we've got apple. It's the Crown Royal. Do you have peach? Is that what
Yes,
you have?
that's my
Yeah, we've got
favorite.
the
I have
apple.
peach
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Because the last time I got some, I went for the peach because I made my own home brewed iced tea. I made like
Yeah.
sun tea, and then but I made it with Mary Jane, and
Mm.
but I also used what do you call it, jasmine tea. So it was
Oh,
jasmine, a little bit MJ, some also. Then I put the peach crown in it, and oh boy,
right. Oh, I bet
it
that
was
was
great.
yummy.
Yeah, it was very
Yep.
yummy. And then I put a little sliced ginger in it too. So it was
Oh,
kind of like an elixir.
yeah. I'd say that's medicinal.
I
Definitely.
would say so too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
about time to make another batch of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
I
I think
agree.
yeah, hot toddies are in order today. It's starting to chill off just a bit in
Yeah.
here in the Quad City area.
Yeah. We're supposed to decorate the Christmas tree tonight, so that hot toddies would be
Oh,
nice.
good golly, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Come on.
I know, but the kids just keep begging, and I'm like, okay, we can do
Well,
it.
and they inundate you earlier and earlier with Christmas. Swear to God,
Mm-hmm.
the Halloween stuff was still on the shelf and they had
Yeah.
Christmas down the aisle. I'm like, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm just not
Yep.
people. I'll put my Christmas tree up like maybe the week before Christmas. and,
Oh my
then,
gosh.
and then the day after, bada bing, done.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh
not
wow.
really. Well, it's just, it was just me last year and stuff. So it really wasn't a
Yeah.
big deal. It gets to be less and less of a deal, the older I get, because I don't have
Yeah.
children at home,
Right.
to do that stuff with. And it's just not as much fun. So I
Yeah.
just kind of leave off on it because honestly, it just gathers dust in my house.
That's true.
I don't need another dust gatherer.
right.
So we used to go out and cut down our own Christmas tree
Mm-hmm.
at the Christmas tree forest over there in Illinois.
Right.
And we, take our little daughter. I have pictures of her in her little tiny snowsuit, out
Aw.
there when she was real little, and
Right.
we did that for several years. And
Yeah.
because it stays fresh longer, so you can keep it,
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, and then I got a fake tree, which you could leave up all year if you want.
Right. But who really
And
wants
now my
to?
tree is like
Yeah.
I think they get
Yep.
smaller and smaller the older you get.
It could be.
Yeah. So when I'm
Yep.
like, 90 years old, I'll have a tree this big.
Right.
Oh, Lordy. So is there
Oh.
anything that you wanted to add today? Anything that you got coming up that you'd like to announce or chat about?
I
No,
don't think
not a
so.
whole
Things have
lot.
been pretty quiet on this side, and um nope.
Yeah. I have a lot of stuff coming up. Well, tonight is the podcast with Anna. So it's oh golly, you'll have to look on my page. I'll I'll repost the flyer, but it's oh golly, I can't think of the name of her podcast. That's terrible. But I'm on a podcast tonight with Anna, and of course I'll try to share it to to share it with the network and stuff. So, we'll have that for everyone. And then also, again, then Monday is Ask Madam. And Wednesdays, of course, is Madam After Dark. And then Fridays, I'll be back again with you next week for Magical Mayhem. So
Yeah.
that's what I got going on. A lot of podcasting.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun to get out there and talk to people and share all this great information with people in the hopes that they can go out then and make their lives a little bit better.
Yep.
So
I agree.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off for today then. And I just want to tell everyone, blessed be, and may all your dreams come true.
Yep. See you guys.